Community Talk Show. I'm Wendy O'Connell, and today on our show we have two guests from Cambodia, Ream and Todd Chhuon. They spend their summers here in Putney with their grandfather, Charley Todd. They're going to talk with us today about living both here and there, what it's like being fluent in 3, almost 4 languages, and also the Cambodian Living Arts Foundation, and what's so cool about Minecraft. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey.
Great to have you on the show.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you for coming straight off the soccer field.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Was it a good day?
Yeah.
First day of summer camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. How long? Week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think a week.
A week. Okay. Yeah. Ream and Laik, you live in Cambodia. You were born in Cambodia. Laik, you're how old?
I'm 10.
You're 10. And Ream?
I'm 11.
11, but you're almost 12.
Yeah, in 1 month.
1 month, you're really close, yeah.
Yeah.
And when in Cambodia, do you live in a city or a town or in a rural area?
Well, it depends. When our grandpa is here, we usually go to a suburb of Cambodia, of Phnom Penh, Break Ream, where we live, where we have a wooden house with a pool.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, we usually go to our house in the city.
I see. So when your grandfather comes over to visit you, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And so you've been spending a lot of your summers here in Putney. Yeah. Since you were like little kids.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about school a little bit, just because I think it's different than it is here, right?
Yeah.
And it's a French school.
Yeah.
You speak French the whole time?
Yep.
What's it like?
It's sort of different, and like there are terms like you can pick up in French but are different in English.
Yes.
So you end up saying words wrong. But you know the word and its meaning in French.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And are all of your subjects in French?
Well,
All of the subjects that you take, are they all in French?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you became fluent probably in an early age too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you prefer one language over another?
I honestly prefer English, but if it comes like to speaking and like working with other people, I prefer French.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And you go to individual classes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's much like an American classroom. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you hang out with your friends before and after school. What kinds of things do you do? Like sports?
Yeah.
You know, do you just sort of hang out in the city and do things?
We like to go roller skating in the park sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In the park, it must be a really smooth surface.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We have a park near our house, like the house that we have in town.
Yeah.
Like it's like 2 blocks away, and they just like rebuilt it, so they put like very smooth like stone.
Yeah.
So like cement, and you can roll on it very
So
well.
great, right?
Yeah.
Well, sometime you'll have to come here in the wintertime and ice skate.
Oh.
It's similar.
Yeah.
It's similar, but different. And you've gone back and forth between America and Cambodia. I'm sure that there are lots of differences. Is there anything in particular that you notice that's really different?
One thing that's really different is the climate.
Yes.
The climate's very different.
Yeah. How is that for you? Is it hard to adjust?
Well, no, because here, like the first few trips we came here, it was always in summer, and like it's hot. It's hot in summer for Americans, but in Cambodia, it's actually kind of cool for us.
You're used to it.
Yeah.
And it's humid as well in Cambodia,
yeah, very
right?
humid. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a really big difference. When you're here in Putney, what's really fun for you to do? Like you're doing soccer camp. Is that new, or do you usually do that?
That's
This
new.
is our
It's
first
new.
time.
Oh, it is.
Is
And
that?
you play soccer at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you call it football,
Yeah.
like you're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
And is it's the same sport though?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're fluent in soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that your family and both of your parents are very devoted to keeping Cambodian arts alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also, the two of you, have been involved.
Yes.
And I know that the Cambodian Living Arts is something that your dad actually was very involved in at first. That's how he met your grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's been your connection? I know, Ream, you've actually acted as a host to some kids.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about about Cambodian Living Arts?
So Cambodian Living Arts was founded by Chhuon.
Yes.
So so during the Khmer Rouge regime, 90% of all Cambodian artists were killed, and so Arn decided to find all the living artists, and so he wanted to pass the knowledge of art before it vanished completely.
Wow. And there was a book written about him
Yeah.
that it was fictionalized, but it's basically his story of escaping the regime and being a child laborer and
Yeah.
all of that, right? That's quite a story, and he founded this, and it's grown by leaps and bounds over the years.
Yeah.
It's quite a huge organization now. Yes, and so how else are you guys involved in that?
So, about 10 years ago, 10 to 11 years ago, my grandpa, he had an idea that but what happened was he couldn't sleep, so he had a dream.
Ah.
And the dream was that he wanted to, like, make this kind of, like, documentary type-ish, like, show-ish thing, like, performance. So then 10 years later, like, it actually happened, and now it's, like, going across the world.
Yes, right. And this is a festival, actually,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
comes out of Cambodian Living Arts.
Yeah.
And it's traveling around the world. And my understanding is that this year, it's a really big year for the festival. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, this year is special because it's the 40th anniversary of the fall of the Khmer Rouge
Yes.
and the 20th anniversary of CLA.
Oh, so it's two things that they're celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very big deal. Yes, and I understand that the King and the Queen Mother are going to be at this celebration.
Yeah.
The king's gonna be a patron.
Oh, that's nice. And everyone in the world is invited. Is
Yeah.
that correct? Like we Americans, if we decided this sounded like an incredibly great thing to do, which sounds like, we could go online and find out about it and travel and see the festival.
Yeah.
One of the things about the festival as well is that there's something called the Requiem, right, that's going to
Yeah.
be performed.
Yeah.
And that's quite a production.
Yeah.
Yes, and you've seen it? You've both seen it?
Yeah.
Can you describe it a little bit? Maybe, what was your impression of it?
Well, I was performing in the Requiem,
Oh,
but I'll just get back to the point. So the Requiem, it is, so there's an orchestra, there's people singing, and there's some soloists, Cambodian soloists, and there's some dancers.
yeah?
And there are also two kids,
Uh-huh.
which I played one of them.
You were one of them. And what did you do? Did you sing?
No, we didn't actually sing. It was more like we were performers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was it like to be part of such a big production like that? It sounds kind of amazing.
Well, it's actually really nice because like it's like because you're very happy that you can actually kind of like donate and help the idea that will kind of bring back that feeling of Cambodia.
Yeah, That's what you've really felt a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As these performances are going on, there's a documentary going on behind it.
Yeah.
And can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it shows footage of what happened before, during, and after the Khmer Rouge. So it's a triptych, which means there are 3 screens that move separately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's going on the same time all of this is going on in
Yeah.
front of the audience. So we're seeing actual footage of the Khmer Rouge.
Yeah.
Yep, and the massacre of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was that like for you guys to see that?
Well, so when I went to see it, it was like the first day that I arrived in, like the first day I arrived in Boston, I think, or New York.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember like where it was, but I was really tired, so I fell asleep, so I couldn't really see it, but I played in it.
And Ream, for you, what was it like to see that?
Well, it kind of made me sad to see what the Khmer Rouge did.
Yeah.
They had this idea that Cambodia could be reborn out of suffering.
Yeah.
It didn't really work.
Didn't really work. Didn't really work. And that's, in so many ways, I think that's what Arn was doing with establishing the Cambodian Living Arts, right? Is to help people realize that they can come together in a different kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And perhaps even a more powerful way.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen that in your lives, right? Especially with your parents' involvement.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And that's a good thing. Yeah. And your dad, what is his involvement with the Cambodian Living Arts? He's a producer?
Yeah. So he's a production manager,
Uh-huh.
and he's responsible for 1/3 of the income
Wow.
that is earned by COA,
Mm-hmm.
which is a lot.
That's a big job.
Yeah.
That's a really big job. And I know we referred to you hosting kids. What did you actually do?
Well, so COA does many different things. We also COA also organizes tours
Mm-hmm.
for families, and
Around Cambodia?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to shows and museums
Mm-hmm.
and boats with families, and we help host them if there are kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like to keep the kids company
Yeah.
if they kind of like get bored doing
Yes.
it.
Yeah, so you must have like a whole list of things in your mind of things to do with kids. And they're different ages, obviously,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Is it fun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Oh, good. That's great. And is it a specific time of year, like when you're out of school, or is it in between
In between, out of school.
different times?
Yeah.
Yeah. As we said, you guys come over every summer. You're used to summer here in Vermont. And this year, your mom is with you, which
Yeah.
is unusual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's she doing with you? Why
Uh,
did she come over too?
So this year, this summer, she came. She came to America because she wants to promote her first cookbook
Uh-huh.
called Nham,
Yum.
which means eat in Cambodian.
Uh-huh. And it sounds like our yum, which is like, that
Yeah.
tastes good,
Yeah.
right? That's very cool. So she's on a book tour?
Yeah.
Yes. And she had a very full week in Putney doing different kinds of promotions, right?
Yeah.
So, Ream, can you talk a little bit about that? What's the things that she did?
Well, she hosted events at different places in Putney.
Yep.
But the coolest thing was that she was doing a cooking class at Next Stage, and it was all booked out.
Oh, that's so great.
It was all sold out.
Well, the other thing, and also, I know that with her book, I think she went to Antidote Books.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's really promoting it, and she's gotten a lot of press also.
So she was interviewed by the New York Times and the Voice of America,
Oh, really?
and she did a video with Nat Geographic.
With National Geographic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I did take a look at the book. It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. And again, my understanding is that she's bringing the lost flavors of Cambodia to the rest of the world, to the United States. But that's one of her focuses for the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too, which we didn't mention, is that in Cambodia, your mom is really a celebrity chef.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she does cooking classes on television.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? That people tune in. So what's it like having a mom that's a fabulous cook? Ream, what's your favorite, or what's one of your favorites of her foods?
Maybe beef soup.
Beef soup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Leah?
I actually don't really have a favorite because she cooks like lots of different types of food and lots of different foods.
Yes, right. And a lot, but they're all Cambodian traditional foods,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, is that different than like the food, really different than the food you get at school?
Yeah, because the ones at school, like the meal that we have at school, it's not very like it's not very fresh, and also they have very like poor quality the food, but I managed to eat it.
Yep. It's a cafeteria.
It's a cafeteria.
It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. And it is Cambodian food, so
Yeah.
it's not like hamburgers and French fries and
No,
pizza. You have,
no.
you have anything like pizza?
Sometimes, like, we get a Khmer option
Uh-huh.
and a European option.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much standard?
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of adult food as well? Like if you go to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you have options to choose from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about languages? When you go into a restaurant or you go into a store, does everyone pretty much speak Cambodian?
Yeah. We also do lots of English, but not much French.
Yeah.
No. So you will be seeing your mom off and on during the summer, right? Which is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice thing.
It's very nice.
Oh, good. That's great. Now, I understand that, I don't know when it was, but one of the years that you've been here, you guys founded a Minecraft club at the
Yeah.
Putney Library.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little?
Oh, so
Because I think most of the audience probably doesn't know even what it is.
Yeah.
Minecraft is a very creative game. It's very nice because you can create whatever you want, and there's never like limits.
Huh.
Yeah.
And Ream, can you say something about it?
Well-
like why you really, what's so engaging about it
Well,
for you?
it's really convenient because, for one thing, you don't have to tidy up.
What does that mean?
Well, you can press a button, and the world you created is saved, so you can go back to it later, and it's intact.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That is one of the best quotes I've ever had on the show. The world you created disappears, right? And you can recreate it because it's been saved.
Yeah.
And one thing that's really good about it is that like it's better than it's like just take example of Lego. Like Lego, even if you tidy up, there's usually like just always like one piece is stuck, and then the parents or person or your legal guardian will step on it, and they will probably scream. So that doesn't make them a real fan of Lego, but they like Minecraft because they don't have to actually to step on anything.
Legos are painful, gotta say. They can be really painful. Did you guys do Legos as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we
We
were young.
were into Lego when we were young.
Yeah. But Minecraft is all on a computer, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't have cards, Ream?
No.
No.
There's nothing else to go with
Well, Minecraft is just like Lego, but you have blocks. But in Minecraft, everything's a cube.
Uh-huh. But there are books too, aren't there? Minecraft books?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are those? What are those about?
Well, it depends. There are guides and novels and comic books. So there are stories that are based in Minecraft world because there are things there that don't exist here.
That's so interesting. So there are people who have created a world with Minecraft and then written a book about that world
Yeah.
and continued on.
Yeah. Like imagining worlds.
Yeah.
Like imagining if you are stuck in there. It's really cool.
So how you would get out and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So you guys founded a club. When was that?
That was last year.
It was last year. How many kids did you get involved?
About 20.
About 20.
And can you all work at the same time? Do you work together to create
Yeah,
these?
so what it basically is, we're in like a mode called survival. It's like where you have lives. So what we do is like we make a server. We make a server, and then like we can all like we have computers at the library, so we can like all play at the same time and like work as a team.
Oh, great. And how is that for you? How do you feel about that, Ream?
It was fun because it helped. We all sort of helped each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are used to working that way, aren't you?
Yeah.
As a team. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's, again, a lot about what Cambodian Living Arts is about, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else about Minecraft that's like really special to you, or?
Well, it's also nice because if you pay $26 once for Minecraft, you have infinite blocks and stuff. But for Legos, you have to keep buying more and more blocks, and they can break.
And those kits.
Yeah.
I know, my grandson has, some of those kits. They're mammoth. And he can do, a whole kit in like...
And like a box, like a box, like just say we have a room full of Lego, like all of this is Lego, like you will still eventually need more to build a set. In Minecraft, you don't actually run out.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's all digital.
Can you do it on... Now, do you guys have devices?
We borrow our computer, but we own an iPad that we share.
That you share?
Yeah.
How's that go? The
Well,
sharing thing.
It's really nice
We take turns.
because like we can, but we don't really use the iPad a lot or the computer because we only use them for educational reasons and only 2 hours of games per week.
And that's something that your parents...
Yeah.
That's something that
Yeah.
a rule that your parents have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good rule?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Because then our brains will get filled with bad things, and
Then we won't get a college degree, and then we'll die of hunger because we'd have no money or a job.
yeah.
Whoa, that's dire.
Yeah.
That calls for Minecraft, creating a world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think you did tell me that you're doing something pretty cool. I don't know, it's coming up soon. You're going to, not a Red Sox game, but a Red Sox
Oh, we're gonna go to a Red Sox
Batting practice.
batting practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you baseball fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you.
Yeah.
And who's your favorite team?
New York Yankees.
Okay, we might not put that on the air. It's pretty much Red Sox nation around here, but there are a lot of Yankee fans. It's interesting. Do you have favorite teams in Cambodia with soccer?
Well,
Soccer?
there's only one.
Football. Sorry.
Football.
There's really only one team,
Yeah.
and they never got into international standards yet.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
after summer camp they will have a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Right.
Oh.
Okay. This was fun. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I hope you have a really great summer.
Yeah.
What do you think I should say at the end?
If you meet these awesome kids,
Okay.
please feel free to donate to help 2 poor kids realize their big dreams.
And all tips are appreciated.
I'm getting a big buzz on that. I'm getting a big no on that. Okay. Thanks to all of you for joining us today. We really are glad that you came in and saw these 2 young men, and maybe we'll have them on again one of these years and see where they've gone in their lives with Minecraft and soccer and maybe even baseball. Who knows? Thank you. See you next week.